So what I am doing is I am making the stuffing, or I did make the stuffing for the wontons that I made earlier. What is in this bowl is ground beef with carrots, cabbage, onions, garlic, and spices. Parsley, oregano, rosemary, all different spices, a mix. Again, to your taste, salt and pepper. Whatever you feel like adding. You can use pork, ground chicken.
Yeah, the filling is basically whatever floats your boat. That's the filling we like to use. We even use this for egg rolls now and again.
Yes.
Okay, so now the lovely Dawn is going to take one that hasn't been used yet. Okay, and she's going to show you how you stuff it. So you use about how much of the stuffing, though?
I had about like that.
Okay, so about around a tablespoon or so.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more than a tablespoon.
Then bring your flaps over.
Okay, so you make it into a half moon and you pinch
that's one way.
Okay, you pinch the edges.
Yep.
Suppose that the edges aren't sticking. Is there something that you can do about that?
Yeah, we can get some water and wet along the side, even egg. You can do the same thing.
Okay, so you dip your fingers in a bit of water. And,
yeah.
Because I noticed that you got an edge that's not sticking. Keep squeezing, you can do it.
Yeah, they come together.
That's from raising a pile of kids. She's used to squeezing the earlobes.
Huh.
We've never done that.
So there you go. You can do it this way.
Okay.
Or there is another way, is you can make them into little dumpling balls.
Oh, okay. I thought you folded the half moon and then you just squeezed it into a circle.
You can do that too. So, like that.
Kind of like real wontons.
Yep. Like that.
There you go.
So what I'm going to do is, me and my assistant, actually I have an assistant today, my daughter, she is going to help me make them because I've got 60 to make. And I'll come back to you when it's time to cook them and time to make the sauce that I'm actually going to use with these, which is another new experience for me.
Okay, so what we will probably do is when the Dawn has the trays completed, we'll reset the camera in the kitchen area because you need boiling water and the like to do this.
Yes.
And I'm not sure that the circuit breaker for this room will tolerate a heating element.
Yeah.
This one, if you sneeze too loud, you blow the fuse. So, and trust me, a lot of people in this house sneeze. So we'll move the setup into the kitchen for the cooking part, and likely as not at that point we'll make a third video on how to make the sauce that we're going to use for these dumplings. So until we check in later, I'm Morris.
I'm Dawn. And my assistant is Ariana.
Yeah, I don't know if that one speaks. No, it doesn't speak and it doesn't want its face on camera. So in order to avoid her getting severe cramps in her legs, we'll shut this down now and let her sit back down.
So until next time, which will be very soon, bye for now. Okay, so now I've got my hot plate or induction stove set at 375 Fahrenheit. I want to get it to a boil, and then I can start adding the dumplings. Now what I've done to the water is I added 2 cubes of chicken broth just to give the water a bit of taste, and it'll go into the dumplings and it won't affect the taste of the sauce that I'm going to make after to put on top of them. So I've just got to wait for a hard boil, then I add them 2 to 3 minutes or until they float to the top, get them out, and away you go. Then it's sauce time.
Okay, so by way of comparison, the amount of chicken broth that Dawn put into the water is about the same as you would use if you were making a wonton soup.
Yeah, very
you
light.
You just want a light chicken flavor to the broth, so that you can later accentuate things with your some soy sauce and some chives and whatever all that you're going to put in it. So we're going to be quiet for a minute until the water comes to a boil so that we can speed that process up later in the editing. And then once we're ready to put the dumplings into the water, the lovely Dawn will be back with an amazing explanation of how her skillful fingers are going to be doing this, preferably without burning them.
Yeah, that would be nice. I've done that enough. And like we've always said, we ain't chefs. We're doing this just like everybody else is, and they may not look perfect like a restaurant, but you know what? They still taste good. And I think personally that's the important part.
Alright folks, the water is just about ready to boil, so we decided that we were going to break out the cattle prod and get the lovely Dawn back in here to continue with her project. So,
okay, so now I am going to start adding dumplings. Don't add too many at one time.
careful, she can't count and talk at the same time. Up to 6, 7, 8. This is exciting, folks.
9, 10, 11. I'll do 12 just to show you.
Okay.
Now it's 2 to 3 minutes. These ones seem to want to float to the top really fast.
We're going to let them go for
2 to 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes personally. They usually say if they float to the top they're ready, but personally, yeah, so I would go 3 minutes, me personally. Don't play with them too much because you don't want to break them, and then you'll have a mess all over the place. But basically that's what you're doing. Also, you can fry these. You put if you want, you can put get a pan with some olive oil or sesame seed oil, sunflower oil, whatever oil you want, and fry them for about 4 to 10 minutes, and then make a dipping sauce to go with them. I mean, you can eat these any old way. They're a good snack, and to tell you the truth, they're a lot more healthier than a bag of chips. Maybe not if you're a vegetarian. If you're a vegetarian, well, this will be a bit of a problem because there's meat in there, but you can always make them vegetarian, just put the vegetables.
Yeah, considering you're dealing with the shells that are flour and water.
Yeah.
The stuffing you can make whatever way you want. So if you're a vegan, you make it vegan. I mean, there's no dairy in here, there's nothing. We use meat because we're carnivores.
Yeah. We like meat. So we're at 1 minute.
It doesn't hurt to go just a shade longer with these because we did use a bit of ground beef, and you want to make sure that it has time to cook. You can make the entertainment feature, right?
You know what? Why don't we get the famous Morris to be entertaining for a change?
Because the famous Morris was on his way to check on your auction. Nothing more exciting than watching water boil with no speech.
Yeah. Well, we're almost there. What I'm going to do after is then I'll remove them and add the rest. So add more. I don't think you want to see me cook all 60 of them. But
no, they keep going till this batch is ready.
Yes, and then I will shut down, cook them all, and then I will show you the sauce I'm going to use.
In a different video.
In a different video, yes, do it.
Because if you don't like the dumplings but you like the sauce, you might not like the video.
True enough, and I need you to press like. Oh, and you can do notification too.
Yeah.
But I am not perfect in cooking. I am still learning. May not look exactly professional, but you know what? They taste good still. And that's the important part.
Way back when I was in the part-time army, I made the mistake of telling a young lady that I liked her. 35 years later.
We're at 2 minutes. I'm going to go, like I said before, the 3 minutes. Then I'm going to remove them and go again with the next batch. Okay? That's what they look like. And when I mentioned it before, I put it in a very light chicken broth. No, you can even eat this as a soup. A bit of the broth and some of the wontons, and why not? I am up now 3 minutes, so I'm going to remove these. There you go. Add them onto my tray. And none broke. Miracle. You always have a few that break. And there you go. So there's the first 12 cooked.
Okay, well there's 2 missing. Count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
There's another one. Where are you? And
There we
12.
go. Now they're not the most artistic dumplings
That's
I've
what
ever
I
seen,
said.
but it's how we make them.
And they taste good.
Alright, boys and girls. The lovely Dawn is fishing out the last.
See, I did it. I did end up with one that broke. You always end up with one that breaks.
That's called a daddy sample.
Yep.
That's how you keep this neat, trim physique that I have. I haven't seen the dock in a while, so I'm not sure. Probably about 250 pounds of it. Okay, so now the lovely Dawn will be adding the last batch, and we're going to give you the privilege of the total excitement of seeing them start to finish. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Notice how they sit there in the water. And the water is actually bubbling, so they're cooking. We notice. And now the lovely Dawn will speak while I go check on our next project.
Yeah, so they're floating to the top. See, I was always told when they floated to the top they were ready. But I just put them in. And I have ground beef in them. So you know what? I like them to go the 3 minutes, like I said before. And don't worry about the chicken broth. Like I said before, it really does not change any of the flavors.
We're going to be eating some of these as una and dumplings with the peanut sauce, but we may also take a couple of them and eat them in the broth with some soy sauce.
Yeah, like a wonton soup.
There you go.
Alright, so we hit the mark. So I'm going to remove them. And then I will show you them all. Oh no! Ooh, good save, God.
Oh, that fell on your toes.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, you almost witnessed the lovely Dawn doing an Irish jig.
Oh yeah.
There is absolutely nothing funnier than seeing Dawn when she has hot water on her toes.
Okay, so this is the finished product. All 60 of them.
Alrighty, folks. So that's how we make our dumplings. And again, if you found the video to be interesting, if you learned something, if you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe to our channel and press that notification bell so that you can see our latest videos when they come out. And don't forget, you have to
Like. Please, like. I need it.
Yeah, so like and share the video so that all your friends will know everything that you're doing. So until next time, I'm Morris.
I'm Dawn. He said my line. I usually say until next time.
Okay, so say it.
Until next time.
I'm Morris.
I'm Dawn.
Have fun.
Bye.